Hello everyone, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 15 with your host, Hardtruck1. Hello! So, did a little bit of work off camera. Had some couple of issues with a few of the mods and everything. And as you can see up there in the corner, I have also added a time fast forward button, so that way we don't, I don't have to wait for stuff to go through. So this is actually from last recording, it's into the next day, which I think we were good to go on. So our crops, our wheat fields actually are done, and they are ready to be harvested. In addition, we will be starting with our neighbor's fields. Our neighbor that owns 20, 26, 21, and 22. 22 does not have anything in it, as you can see. But he wants us to combine 20 and 21. Our deal is that he's going to give us all of the grain on these two fields to cover the running costs of the combines. And I say combines because what we're going to do is we're going to rent a regular combine, because we need corn, a little bit of corn for actually I think this is a grass field. So we're probably not going to do anything with the grass field, but with 20 and 26, we're going to combine this one, just combine it so that we can have the corn off of it. And 26 we're going to turn into silage. And with 26, since it's so close to the biogas plant, I think I will run 26. I will cut 26, and we'll dump the chaff at the biogas plant. So that's what we're going to do first. Then second, we're going to come and cut our fields, and I think I'm going to cut anyway on this north to south, so that way the baler doesn't have to run uphill all that much. Excuse me. To bale these. 3, I have not planted anything back in, and then we're going to try here a little bit to start getting our greenhouses, because with our cows and stuff, let me just go over here. See, with our cows and stuff, we're getting a little bit of manure. Where is it at? We're getting some manure off of the cows, and we're getting some liquid manure off of the cows as well. So we may be able to start fertilizing our fields with our liquid manure. Of course, we will probably have to substitute every once in a while for regular fertilizer, for store-bought fertilizer, because we don't have enough cows to sustain this at a time. In order to probably sustain this, we have to have anywhere from upwards to 300 to 500 cows for us to get enough liquid manure per day to use on our fields. And everything. Oh, and speaking of fields, I've decided I'm going to try to purchase 5. So before we do all of that in this session, we'll probably take a run, literally, we'll take a run down to 5 and see what they want for number 5. What this is going to allow us to do is we're going to be able to plant some corn along with this, so that way we can just keep a kind of a steady flow, just like we're doing with the grass and the straw bales. we'll have just a little bit of steady silage coming in, and either we'll truck it down. We'll either truck it down and dump it off into the biogas plant, and we'll use it from there, both at the biogas plant and for our cows and stuff. But mainly it's going to be for cows. You know, cows come first. We get these guys fed. We feed them up as much as we can and everything. And then whatever's left, and if we can hold off without the silage for a while, then whatever's left will go into the biogas plant. So the biogas plant is going to be secondary to our cows, or to our animals. So that's what number 5 will be. I think number 3, I think we'll just do root vegetables, and I'll probably just have to rent the in-game equipment every once in a while, and that's not going to be too fun, because if we do potatoes, I mean, the potato harvester in-game, let me just show you real quick. So the potato harvester in-game is a 2-meter working width. That basically is like 1 or 2 rows. It's going to be tedious going up and down the fields and everything. And this may be something I do off camera, because I can't rent this guy, even though it wouldn't cost us too much to rent him for 1 hour for that field. In fact, we probably wouldn't even get off of 1 liter of fuel if we rented this guy. But the problem I have with this map is the size. His size it's so big that to get it around the corners and stuff is going to be absolutely, it's going to be hair-raising for sure, and everything. So my best bet would be to just do beets and just be able to rent the in-game sugar beet harvester, which I guess is having a 15% off sale, which I did not know about. So, and then speaking of sale, we also have, I don't know if it shows it on this one. It probably will because of the prices. We have two more sales going on. We have wood chips, which we don't have any of, that are going at that's going for $1,500, a time and a half hire for 6 hours, and I believe that's it. Well, and then we have beef cows that are going at 407 a cow, I think, which is 1.7 times. But we don't have beef cows and we don't have wood chips, so we can't do either one of those. So anyway, all right. So let's get started by quickly. I'm gonna look down because it allows my computer to run a little better. I know looking at the ground is not the best for you guys, best content and stuff for you guys, but as you can see, I'm running a lot smoother. We're doing a lot better. Okay. Alright, for sale, huh? What do you want? That's doable, guys. We got 30 something thousand. Oh no, we got 40,000. I got a little bit off some income that is being generated on the map, and I don't know where. Do I want to spend 20,000 for it now or wait until You know what? Let's get the work done. Let's get the work done, and then we'll go from there. So, to start off, we need a harvester. I don't think I have any harvesters over here, right? No. Okay. Let's start by getting a harvester. We're going to do this one because this one is too small for the next step higher head. So let's rent this guy. $500 an hour. We're only going to be using it for about for about 30 minutes or so, because it's not a very big field. And then that'll allow us to go up, not to the 41 footer, but we can go up to at least the 18. Oh wait, wrong one. Wrong one. Well, this combine, I wonder if this combine will hold the 12 rower. It's probably got to, doesn't it? Yeah. So we're gonna rent this one alongside it. Okay. So let's hop into it. Let's hop into it. Let's get started on doing this field. Really close to the cab of this thing. And by the way, I had gear. Oh, I think I mentioned this before, but I had gearbox mod in here, and I think I said I was going to try to get it to work. I can't get it to work at all. What am I driving? Oh, that is a bank. Okay. Good to know. We'll have to go around the sign, and we'll have to start through here. Start it up. Drive to the edge. I don't have to worry about a... Yeah, so the owner of this field is going to be giving us the entire contents of this field. So we agreed upon that because told them that I'd have to rent the equipment. Plus, not only that, but I have the maintenance costs and stuff on the equipment as well, and everything. So he decided, well, why don't you keep? He says, why don't you go? He says, I don't need what's on it. He says, I got a surplus of it already. So he says, why don't you just go ahead and combine this field, and you can do whatever you want to with the two fields. And so I decided we're just going to just straight up combine this one, because we do not have any we don't have any corn whatsoever in our grain silo or in our grain bin. So I figured we'll just go ahead and combine this one, or we'll grain this one, I should say, so that way we can have that for like our pigs and our beef calves or anything that really requires corn and everything. And he said that we could, he said that he owns those 4 fields, and he said if I wanted to, I could do, I could either combine 26, or he said he says you can do whatever you want with them. You can combine them or turn them into chaff. I said, okay, thank you. So I decided I'll turn this one into grain, and I will take his other one. This is really steep right here. And I'd take his other one and turn it into chaff, because that's what I need. That's what we need for our cows. He said, sounds good. And he says, and by the way, he says, I own 21 too. And he says, if you want to mow it, he says, go right ahead. I says, okay. Well, I says, I've got one. Told him I had 1 field, plus I was at one point in time I need to mow. I need to mow that other grass field because it's government owned. Nobody actually owns it except for the bank. So we'll get these, but we'll get this one combined, or we'll get this one turned into grain. Well, technically, I guess you are combining this one, and the other one you're basically chopping it. That's what chaffing is, actually, for those of you that didn't know. Whoa, I don't want in the cab. I mean, I would love to do that in the cab, but my computer just does not like the cab view. For those of you that already know that, I apologize for keep mentioning that, but, you know, and for all of you that do not know that, my computer, I'm actually trying to play these games and record these games on a 10-year-old computer. So, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. Yes, I am, but I'm not complaining. I bet if I had a computer that still ran Windows 97 or Windows 95, I'd still be complaining about it, but yet I would still be trying to record and play at the same time. So, anywho, we'll get these, looks like on this next course, or this next swath, I will have to go get our tractor and our trailer. Our trailer holds 8,500. This looks like it's going to be just about that, 8,500, or maybe even a little bit more. You know what I would like to see a mod for? I don't know if they can. I don't know if anybody still mods for 2015 still. But a good mod that could be in FS17 is what is called a float mod. And what it is your hydraulics on your combines and swathers and stuff, they really don't have any downward force on them per se. So it would be like here, it's like, okay, you have hydraulic push-up force pushing up on the head to lift it. But then when you lower the head down, you don't actually have that much downward force on it. to where your head will actually float across the will actually be able to float across the ground. So it's like when I get into like a little divot or something like this, the actual head will actually kind of it'll move up and down and kind of somewhat it'll move, it'll pivot. It'll pivot, but more or less it just kind of moves up and down to the contour of the terrain. So as you're seeing me drive ahead and you're wondering, well, why are you driving sideways up a hill? That's because Giant's system only does up and down, basically. Whoa! That filled up quick. Okay, so this is 6,400. So we'll have to empty. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to empty and then probably go dump the tractor and come back, because that's basically how our system's going to have to be. So let's go ahead and let's hop over to the green tractor. Pull it out. Back right over here and get our trailer. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go out this way. And we're going to go out right over here. Because at one point, eventually, I'm going to have this as a road here, basically, so that I can get in and out of, there'll be greenhouses here, so this will be the extent of where we're going. So that'll work there. Don't run into the tractor. That's one thing we don't want to do. We don't want to run into our vehicle to where we need. Now, I know a lot of you are taking and saying, "Well, how can you get that large of a head with that short of a pipe out?" Well, this is how you do it. You just improvise. That's pretty much a large portion of farming is, you know, when you don't have something, you kind of just have to, you know, you have to kind of look around and see what you got or see what you can make. It's like here, I've got a head that's slightly larger than what the pipe can pipe out. You know, it's made for a smaller, or supposed to be made for a smaller head. But this is what I'm talking about with tractors like this. Yes, this is a small combine, but some of the smaller combines, they actually can have the power to run some of the bigger stuff. Alright, I'm gonna just do this. Alright. Let's run this to the farm really quickly. clear. Just drive straight across for a road. Eventually, maybe I might not buy, but I might get a small, the small plow, and run that plow across that little area right there next to the road. So that'll kind of indicate so that'll give me kind of a visual reference of where that is. Now hold on just a second, I gotta figure out, I think that one's wheat, and this is corn. Nope, that's barley. So is this one corn, or is this canola? This is canola. Of course, it'd be the last one that I open. Alright. I really need to take and put some labels on the outside of this thing. I saw a mod pack for 2015 that would give me signs so that I could put, like, you know, I'm not sure if there's like building signs, but it would give me like placeable signs where I could place it down, like maybe in a not so inconvenient area, that would give me the ability to look up and go, oh, hey, this is this and that is that, you know, so that I can have, you know, just an outside visual reference of where things are, so I'm not actually having to constantly look every time to I'm not having to constantly open and shut the doors to figure out where everything goes. And I may add that and place some signs. I'm sure they won't be that much. I'm sure they're not that much, but so, but I'll probably look at that mod a little bit later. At a little bit later of an area. I'm kind of getting used to knowing, or somewhat knowing, where everything's at. It's just there. I haven't played for quite a little while. So. To really remember where everything is. But anyway, that to me just kind of seems like it should be, you know, just kind of a base map thing. Is like, oh, where does this stuff go? So, but anyway, we'll get this. Hey, a little bit of a grass thing there. This guy needs more weed control. So anyway, yeah, once we get this field done, then we'll transfer over to getting once we get this field done, which will take us just a couple more passes. This really isn't netting us that much grain, but it's essential. Well, it's not really essential for us, but we can use it to like feed the pigs. If we get a great demand for it, we got a little bit that we can just go, okay, we have a little bit, we can give it to you if we don't need it. I'm thinking chances are we're probably not going to need it unless maybe we keep it and use it like in the beef cow, the calf pen. Or we'll just sit on it until we get a great demand and sell it. That's pretty much our options for this corn. But like I said, the field to the south, the 26th field, we're going to use that one we're going to use that one for our animals / the biogas plant. And like I said, every once in a while, I think it'll just be one of those things we'll just go ahead and pick up we'll pick up field 5. We'll pick up field 5, and then we'll take and just plant field 5 with corn, and then that way we can definitely then be able to get us kind of a surplus of corn, or corn product. Well, it'll be either corn. Wow, my steering didn't want to turn there for a second. I don't know why. We'll either get corn like this, or we'll use it to do silage. Now, silage might actually be one of those things that it might be a pretty potent thing, even on this map, because it tends to be on default maps. Not that this is a default map, but on default maps it tends to be one of those things where one in the tractor, one in the combine. Let's go back here. That's the way to do it. Just step in it through the rear. So, as you can tell, I'm playing this to the game, not to what it should be. So yes, I am trying to make a story base with it, but no, I'm not actually playing it completely like that. I mean, yes, I'm making up a little bit of a story of the reason why we're taking somebody else's field, why we're getting the farm equipment and stuff that we do, and everything. I think this is funny. Watch this. If I return this vehicle, it returns the whole thing. I think that's kind of funny. I think it should actually return the vehicle according, or it should return the item according to what the item is. So it's like there. It's like, oh, you're returning the head. You should return the head when you're renting vehicles. Not when you're just like, oh, you're going to return the head, and oh, you have the other piece of machinery that you rented. So we'll just take back all of it. Wow, that card didn't even bobble. That's kind of an odd thing to see. So, anyway, but anyway, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Whoop, I ran over the post. Nobody look, I ran over the post. Didn't mean to, but I ran over the post. Dang it, I'll run over everything else if I don't watch it. Alright. We'll get this dumped in here. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to need this trailer. And then we're going to go get the... there's no real way of being able... there's no real easy way of combining Field 26 by myself. So, and I'm trying not to use hired help as much as I can during the beginning, because during the beginning of any type of farm, whether it be an animal farm, a grain farm, or even a supplier of biogas or bio stuff, you really don't have. It's like right now. See, I have $42,000. Could I hire a worker to help me with this field? Yes, I could. But the downfall is I'm going to be paying this person to help me roughly around $2,000 to $3,000 to help me. So for that price, I could come over here to... Is it in this one? No, it's in... Which one is it in? It's not in Harvesters. Okay. I know where it's at. I just don't know where it's at. Is it in loading lines? No. I'm looking for the foliage harvester. That's seeders, that's cultivators, that's plows. That's dollies. This is tippers. What's that? That. Let's see. Hold on. What is it under? Feeding technology? No. Well, I know you guys know what I'm talking about because I rented one at the very beginning of the season. Huh. Is it under mowers? No. 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 Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, it is in the harvesters. Yeesh. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Whoops. Well, I just messed up big time. Well, you know what? I'm not going to use it and then sell it. I'm going to just come over here, run into the fence. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to go sell it again. We're gonna go sell it. I think I did this on the last one too. See, we're at 42.4. Yeah, I'll have to. Darn it! Let me write a pin. Let me write what that number was down, and I'll have to put that back. Well, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and give me just 1 second. I'm going to switch this over to here. I will be right back. Give me a second. Alright folks, and we're back. Sorry for that. I will, we'll go just a few minutes more so I can make up for that little delay. I did a little bit of redoing on the fly since that's not what I wanted to do. I did not want to purchase that. I wanted to rent that thing. So let's see if we can redo this. Okay, so we said it was in harvesters. Oh, well, you know what, people? I must not be coherent enough right now. I just did the exact same thing I didn't want to do. So you know what? I'm gonna get rid of this again. I'm gonna go back in and redo my redo that back to that, and next time, I'll have this all set and everything and ready to go. And next time, we will pick up from there. And hopefully I will actually rent this thing correctly the next time instead of just purchasing it. But until next time, I'm Hardtruck1. This is Farming Simulator 15, and I'll see you in the next episode. Laters.